Welcome back. This is India Market Close. We have Autumn Investment and Madhusudan Kela who are set to acquire nearly 47% stake in Pratap Snacks for nearly 850 crore rupees. And the company has also announced an open offer to purchase an additional 26% stake from the public at 864 rupees per share with an 18% discount to the current market price. What's really driving the discount here? Let's take a look. We have Mahima joining us to give us an idea.
New takers for Pratap Snacks, as you rightly mentioned. Autumn Investment and Madhusudan Kela are set to buy almost 47% in Pratap Snacks, and this will also trigger an open offer for around 26%. And they'll buying this from Peak Partners and Sequoia Capital, and this is for 846 crore, and this is being bought at 746, which is at a discount of 29% from its yesterday's closing price. Now let's take a look at what is behind this open offer completely. Now the open offer will buy the remaining 26% stake from public, and this is at a price of 864 per share, which is at an 18% discount again. And if we check the trajectory of the company, the share was listed at a price of roughly 938, and since then also it's been a long time for Pratap Snacks, and it's being sold at 746 at such a huge discount. Let's check as to why this is happening in terms of financial performance. If we check the revenue, 7-year revenue CAGR has just been 9%. In terms of net profit, the CAGR has been 13%, and margins have just hardly expanded from that 5% to the 9% mark. In terms of the operational metrics overall, if we see, debtor days have declined from 6 to 2. The inventory days have increased in the past 7 years from 46 to 48. Payable days have gone down just by 3 days, and working capital days has been significantly increased by 4 to that 28 days. And lastly, ROCE has not improved much, just gone by from 7% to 11% in the past 7 years. In terms of shareholding pattern also, if we see, promoters have diluted the stake, FII has not changed much, and DIIs have also diluted the stake, and overall public shareholding has been increased. Lastly, in terms of stock performance, 6 months up 12%, YTD down 5%, 5 years the stock is just given a return of roughly 16.5%. So this is the overall view of Pratap Snacks and what is happening with the company.
Right, Mahima, thanks so much for joining us and taking us through that very interesting change of hands when it comes to that particular company. A relatively smaller one of those consumption names in the fast-moving consumer goods space. But let me take up the entire sector with Neeraj. Neeraj, what do you make of this? And while we haven't seen as much movement in a whole host of these, FMCG companies, there is always that hope and some positive traction in terms of commentary with rural green shoots coming through. Your overall view on the sector, and if whether or not you do in fact find opportunities in the FMCG sector at the moment?
Yeah, FMCG as a sector, definitely, there are opportunities always. That's a huge sector. But especially to talk about these, Pratap snack kind of companies which are into these, snacks and packaged chips and all those things. I think they're very price sensitive. There's a lot of competition. There's some local players like Pratap, maybe they're in, some, like Rajasthan and that area, and maybe your Gopal maybe in some other area. So there's Bikaner, which is operating in a local area, which they're doing very well. But then there's a lot of competition for these, and inflation impact is huge on them. They can't really increase the prices so easily because of competition. So that's why I think the margins are not very great in these companies. Even like you were showing the ROC from Pratap has also been just at 11%, which is also pretty low as if you should compare to FMCG companies. So, these companies definitely have, if you buy them at a cheap, valuation, you're getting them cheap, then it's fine. You can have a long-term view. But, after the run-up, and, this deal is also happening at an 18% discount, I don't think there's any point, chasing it once, the valuations are not that reasonable.